Let me read this message quickly. It's Kevin Michael, what? Junior Menon says, "Oh, she has a ring on. My heart, my heart. Where's my phone?"
Oh, this is my own ring. The ring will come. This is my own ring.
Why are people so much concerned about you and
I don't even know. I don't even know. Ghana for Subai.
But
I mean, everybody wants to be in everybody's business, but I don't care about anybody's business.
But you seem too worried when they discuss you and marriage.
Oh, because you see, it's a narrative we have to change. I think that every human being is competent, is enough on their own. But I'm concerned because they do that to women. They don't do that to men. The Don doesn't get that.
Now watch it.
The Don doesn't get that.
So he's married. He's been married for how long?
I'm saying they don't even know what you say.
They don't care.
They don't even care. So they won't even come and say that to the Don. But once it's a woman, once it's a fear, then I must marry before I can become worthy of your respect, before I can become worthy of your no, it's not right. You know, my father gave birth to me alone. My mother brought me to the world alone. Judgment is alone. It's individual. So I don't need to add another person's burden to. And I think it's important because see, Obia Jenny are different. Andy, somebody will marry at 20, somebody will marry at 16, somebody will marry at 30, somebody will marry at 40, somebody will marry at 50. It's about peace of mind. Peace of mind. Are you happy? So we are forcing a lot of people into things. I mean, if you ask nearby, people were talking about it, and now I see society, the pressure, delay, people pressure. But do you care about whether delay is happy or not? Do you care about what is she at peace? Has she achieved? I think that's enough. Than said by force, so I say nipano and worry answer. You appreciate, you respect the person. That's my only worry. But me body actually and family because I mean we tend to even forget that there's a divine force in charge of this world though. If you ask any idea, there's a God who is sitting up there who controls the affairs of humans, who says the heart of the king is in his hands. And how he turns it is how the king's heart operates. So we forget and we think that people should do what they should do and we force people to go outside what God has planned for them. I mean, if Giftianti is happy how she is, other than what maybe God had planned for her, she probably won't be happy. And you see, sometimes when they push people to the wall, they are the same people coming, the marriage has collapsed. Kwabna, are they not firing him? Meanwhile, leave him to live his life. And there are people, Andy, Yempo. There are people who probably will never marry. The Bible speaks about those people. Yeah. They will never marry. The Bible says there are people who are Enochs. They will not marry. There are people who will marry and divorce and take their experiences like Paul and become better people. Yeah. And there are people who will marry and be happy ever after. There are people who will be in between. Obiani in the taste, Obiani in the movement, Obiani in the level.
So, Vim lady, will you marry?
Why not? I want to, but I don't want to. I don't want to marry when I'm not happy. I don't want to. So me, if today I'm going to the altar, Charlie, Ayawaba, I'll walk off.
Don't you think? You see these kind of sayings. Don't you think when the men listen to you on the radio, it scares them away?
It doesn't scare anybody.
Oh, they
I go out. It doesn't scare anybody.
Yeah, I'm not scared.
It's only men who are not confident.
Oh, you are not Andy, I want to ask you, what's your taste in men? Because you're a tough woman.
Oh, yeah. The man should also be tough. I mean, I go out. So I have intellectual conversation. That's one thing that tickles me about a man. It's not about your looks. It's not about money. It's not about anything. You should be mentally strong up there. You should be able to challenge me mentally. You should be better mentally than me.
Yes.
You shouldn't be a walkover. Because women like me who were brought up to be tough, from bare 10 years, what you are tough. You are taught to sell. You are taught to demand it. And when I was a child, when people come and buy from my mother and they don't pay, I'm the one who goes to wrestle them for the money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a dying cano. Yeah. So there's a woman who used to live on our lane in Tema Comty 9. I grew up in, that's why I have this affection for Sarkodie, because they're my girls. Yeah, Comty 9. We were born in Comty 9. So I'm living on one side of Tema Comty 9. Sarkodie lives on the other side, the cemetery side, where my sister was living. So, there's a woman, she's called broadcasting. So I go there. Madam, I'm missing Bejo Body. The woman said, oh, and she was a fancy woman. Catch your mama there. Missy Minyas Kana, a charm the Berman, Missy Ma. What's a mention, bro? My school fees are. Time for mama amonko. Then I take a chair and I sit there.
You wait.
Then the woman is inside there. The man buffet, the away onion be yes when you're I would the man buffet. I'm there.
Wait.
I'm there. Oh, sometimes they come and report me to my father. Ubanombaze. That's my school fees. Once my mother cracks that code into my head, that's your school fee. Magic. So if you have a woman like me who has been trained like that, mentally I'm sharp. Now I don't consider myself the most beautiful woman. Charlie, I hold my own. I didn't create myself. So Charlie, everything God give me I take up. So it's mentally that I built myself. Even growing up, I didn't think I was beautiful. So I know there. I come out and put for some place. I never thought I was beautiful.
Hold on,
so mine is mental strength. How to build that and use that as my advantage. Because Charlie, beauty, I don't get some. So that one will be my own.
But
Mine,
men are crazy about you.
Oh yeah, but you see, but they are crazy about me because of the mind. You see, so me, you have to be better mentally than me. You have to challenge me and tell me if you sit down. But I won't sit down. So you have to tell me that this and that and that and that are the reason why I want you to sit down. And it makes sense and a week.
Okay.
A week give you.
Let me read this tweet. It's quite funny. Revolution GA says, and just to tell Efia Pokia that she should just drop down the Vim Lady. That Vim Lady title, and the men will come because the men are afraid of the Vim in there.
The men are there.
I'm also part.
The men are there. The men are in the queue. Tell him the men are there in the queue.
Yeah.
Oh, they are there in the queue. So it's
see.
not that the men are not scared of me. They enjoy conversations with me. Even when I was in secondary school, all my friends were all boys. I don't make friends with girls. I used to be a tomboy, so I'm wearing boots and shorts. I'm a tomboy. So the men are never afraid of me. They enjoy conversations with me. The things men tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, they tell me things. So the men, they are not afraid of. They are there in the queue.
Thank you.
But
They are not afraid of
tomboys,
me.
no. Men don't really fancy tomboys.
I'm not a tomboy now.
No, I mean back then. I'm talking about back then.
It's not true.
They were not making.
It's not true. It's not true. Yeah, I've always had problems with men. Always. Everybody make so because me I get nyash small.
Yeah.
You see,
Nyash
like 9-year-old. So the men they are always.
The camera see.
Oh no. So every day they are
camera.
the men are they come, but you see the men come, but they are more in love with my mind.
Is Dr. Pounds in the queue?
Oh, Dr. But no day the queue inside. He just did the basa queue inside. No day inside. You come out and he lose the battle cry. So they are there, they come, they are more in love with my mind.
Okay.
And I love that. I want to be able to hold a conversation with you for hours and put my feet on you and do your pedicure and give you
have
massage.
some romantic style.
Oh,
You have some romantic
me,
side.
there. And cook for you and let you enjoy it and sit there and see you enjoying the food and commending the cooking and
Have you
all
ever
that.
been disappointed by a man?
I think every woman kind of experienced that once in your life. I hadn't seen it for a long time. In my 20s, I didn't see that. It was in my 30s that I saw that.
What was your reaction?
No, I was broken.
Really?
So Kwesichum, Mr. Kwesichum, Kojenji has this song, Adia Pena.
Okay.
Oh, I remember. I had an iPod. I put the iPod
Is it
in
when
my...
you're heartbroken, you
in
listen
my-
to the lyrics?
I swear to God. I put the iPod in my... And I've not told anybody this story. Because, no, Andy, me, I'm a close... Yes, I'm a self-contained person. I don't have friends. Like I said, my friends are men.
Okay.
So that's why my stories don't get out. Because I'm not like cool with a lot of women. We chat and all that, but Obadi, I mean, no kasa nko echisa. So my friends are mainly men. So my things, my secrets stay within the confines of men, and I find more confidence in men, because even when they fight with you, it's just Obama be oye crossing and but they kind of, and men can fight with you for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. So only Obama Kwan. I used to like 2-3 days. The person sends you a message. Oh, Charlie, what's up? What is saying? That's men. That's the one thing I fancy about men. So I'm more confident. I don't maybe because I'm a jabba. So I'm more confident around men than around women. But I like women to this day. There are lots of women who are mentally strong and who get me, and I get them. So I'm bridging a lot of gaps and relationship with a lot of women who are mentally strong. So that's good. So if I used to put that thing in my
The
ears.
earphones.
Now my boy, I did pen and see. I know myself repeat.
Why were you playing that song?
You know, because it's a message.
I can feel all of a sudden you.
I've changed.
Yeah, you've changed.
Oh, no.
All of a sudden.
No, this is somebody like I was into this person. Yeah, so this one there. And me won't be though. You know, like when we're in SHS, I have people say they write love letters and Obi, I mean, telling me I'll be hardcore girl. So I didn't do relationship in SHS.
Okay.
No. There were guys who were interested in me, but a few of them, like my biology class, there were lots of guys who were interested in me. There were my chemistry class, they were interested. I did remedials. There were a lot of guys who liked me, but the way I was raised, I was afraid. So my father would pump it into your DNA. Even if you talk to a man, okay. And on your mount to me go school.
So you
and I'm telling you that this is a man who didn't have education. So he necessarily needed his children to get education without any truncation of that process. And we were, that was imbibed into our DNA. So I had to just follow. You understand? So I don't talk to men. Secondary school, Mr. Hey, GHS. I had a mate. I just met him recently, like 2 weeks ago. He came back from abroad and was like, he saw me say, hey, Gladys. I said, only me fear. He said, oh, Papa, dear, means, oh, you be chemo fear. Hey, my heart. Hey, so I had not broken heart. Those things people were saying it and it was just gibberish. And I told myself I would never experience it. So here I was. And this is not somebody who gave me money or so. I mean, you see, Banchiraba, money is not my persuasion in life.
Yeah.
And yes, no. I just need a bit of time and a bit of
listening ear.
Not necessarily listening. I have to connect with you mentally. Okay. And then you show me something I don't know. Like, so this is somebody who drive, you see. That was even enough for me. Charlie, I know they ask for plenty. You see, who drive. So like those videos were just playing back in my head. Now my body cry. But I didn't want anybody to see. Because this is me. Nobody knows my story. I don't share with anybody. I don't trust anybody. So how am I going to tell my mother? How am I going to tell my friend? How am I going to tell anybody?
What did you do?
I keep it and I drain it. And I'm weeping inside my heart. I'm crying, I'm dying inside. But I have an earpiece. And I'm just listening to Adia Pena. Oh, Charlie. Adia Pena. This one there, you wake me.
Okay. So, what did you do to make him leave you?
Oh, you see, Andy, but that's a corrupted question. Yeah. Why should I do anything to make anybody leave me?
I mean, no one would just rise up and say,
no,
hey, I'm leaving.
No, but that's not true. But that's so. These are the things that they pump into the heads of, especially women. And we think that, oh, this person doesn't like you because you did something. This person doesn't like you because you are inadequate. So this person doesn't like you because why I can say. People just fall in and out of love. I think that he just fell out. He just thought that. So me at a point I thought that, oh, maybe it was just calculated. This guy just came. Because me, before I was closed book. You won't get me. So right now, people think I'm a little, I said, chini pemudodo. But because that's me. I was close. So how would you get me to open up? It's so difficult to get me to open up. It's just difficult. So, but this is somebody who just got me to fool. To just say, Jimmy cry for him. You see? So it wasn't me. It was just, maybe he just wants to move on. And he just left. So, and me too, I just come on myself. So, but it was hard to like, come back to yourself, you know. So especially because you've not seen this before.
Do you normally see him? Like,
I don't see him.
You don't want to see him?
Not that I don't want to see him, but he doesn't.
You miss him?
Oh, no. I've moved on, cry.
Okay.
Oh, I've moved on.
Let me read some there are
drama in people's heads. I mean, it's not TV. Television has got visuals that goes with the audio. But when it comes to radio, it's just audio. So how can you make people come into your world, come into your zone, picture what you're saying in their mind? That's what music does. That's why sometimes people come, you know, listen to music and get aroused. Listen to music and get sad. Listen to music and, you know, whatever mood the music is expressing, they can feel that mood. That's how radio is.
Right.
That's how radio is.
You,
and not everybody has the power to be able to do that, create that drama, and that is so good, that's so powerful, that it makes believe, makes it real. Not everybody can do that.
Wow.
So people can do that. I mean, that's why when you think, oh, if you're a Krasini, that means my job is done.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's your aim.
Not my aim.
No, to
I
get
work
people-
for somebody. I work for somebody.
To get
and
people in your space.
yeah, well, but that's my job. I work in a certain space, and I have to do my job, execute to achieve a certain kind of purpose. You know, multimedia, we have something we call KPIs. It's there in a lot of the private companies, key performance indicators. So I'm supposed to do it in a certain way. Those are my KPIs. So I can't deviate from my KPIs. So once I'm able to make you laugh, once I'm able to make you believe that, or you're Krasini, once I make I make you able to believe that I am what I am creating, then my job is done. Then
Wow.
I'm able to earn my salary. But yes, I did track and bet you.
Interesting. But with all of these, did you have any training in broadcasting?
Yeah, in journalism, you know, in Ghana, you should need an institution that teaches
there she comes in.
specific
There she comes in
broadcasting.
with it.
You know, we don't have any institution that teaches specific broadcasting. So what we do is we teach journalism,
Okay.
and then we break it down into the various aspects. So we don't specialize. So I also didn't get any kind of specialization. What GBC does is they have a training school where you can specialize. But that's even, I think, 6 months. But I think the good thing is learning on the job, like Komla Dumont and so many other people who haven't had formal education. Kojo Opon Krumah, nobody had formal education in broadcasting, but you learn on the job. So it's practice that makes you perfect, and perfection comes from your attitude towards it, and whether or not you're serious about it, whether or not you want to learn the craft. I mean, like, there's no institution that teaches music. Did you learn music?
No.
Yeah. So it's passion, it's talent based, is your drive and your zeal to learn more, and then you do it. But hopefully, we're getting to the point where most of the journalism institutions are now teaching broadcasting specific. So we will get there.
I see. But where from the interest to be on radio?
Oh, it was purely accidental.
How? How did it happen?
Oh, you know, when people finish school and they are trying to find themselves, and you know, in our days, even today, I don't think that we do proper career counseling. You know, we don't do proper career counseling. So I kind of found myself in the same space. So I finished school, SHS at home. I'm trying to find my level, and I didn't pass one of my subjects. You know, I was a science student, so I didn't pass, I think, physics or chemistry, and I had to write again. So going to extra classes, they call it remedial classes. So remedial classes here and then. And my brother said, okay, why don't you take this journalism course, so that if you don't, and my brother knew I didn't like the science. I was forced into it. So from JHS, we were my school, Laboni Secondary School. I think we were about just a few women who did well. Those were the days that when you go to Laboni, they make you write an entrance exams, sort of. So we wrote an exams, and I think I did well in science. They said they insist. The government had a policy for women encouraging girls in science, so I should do science. And I didn't like it, but I was forced
This
into
was
the
in
class.
which year?
JSS and some they am in Papa. Yeah.
Okay, please continue.
So I was forced to do the science. My father goes to talk to them, but they're like, Charlie, they're more science, and we want girls to do the science, and we'll help them. But unfortunately, the help didn't come. So I didn't pass physics or chemistry, one of them. And I had to sit and write that. So my brother encouraged me to do journalism, and I did it. But that was after I even tried training college, and I was in training college for like a term or so, offensive training college. And I left, came back to set my chemistry, and I didn't go back again. So then I did this journalism school, you know, and then I started writing. While I was in school, I was writing for PMP.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was writing for PMP. So PMP is like your, what they call a tabloid. I don't think it's a typical tabloid.
People in places.
Yeah, people in places. And those were the days that PMP was the ish.
Yes,
I mean, even when I started working there, it was very difficult. But my boss, Mr. Vanderpoel, is such a good man. I didn't go through any interview, nothing. Nothing. I just walked there one day. So I'd gone to Media Whiskers and all those people. I was trying to find it. You know, one of my lecturers said, okay, but you can, if you practice, it makes it easier. So I went there, we'll be bouncing me quite simple. So, yeah. So I went to PMP, and then I see this reception. I said, I'm looking for the boss because I want a job. She says, okay, let me go and tell him. And she goes to tell the man, and Mr. Vanderpoel said, okay, let her wait. And then I wait, it's my time. I go inside to see the man, and the man says, "Oh, so you say you can write?" So okay, I can write. And I'm bragging on me. I mean, true, be that.
Okay.
I can write. It's like, and I thought I could write. So he said, "Okay, go upstairs. There's a lady there, Stella Gani. One of my biggest regrets in life, that I couldn't pay that woman back.
Oh.
Such a fantastic woman, Stella
Why is it
Gani.
too late to do that?
She's no more.
Oh, it's too bad.
She died in an accident, following a story. I mean,
In the line of duty.
I'm telling you, one fantastic woman. So I go upstairs to see this woman, and she said, "Oh, the boss says I should come and see you." And she said, "Okay, so you can write. Okay, do da. She shows me how to do it. I write that one, and then she calls the man, and the man says, "Okay, come tomorrow." So PMP,
That was just the beginning.
that was just the beginning. PMP, the man got me my first social security number, even when I was a student.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Got me a job, no interview. I am forever grateful to that man. And the man is hardcore. He's a perfectionist. You can't please him. You can't meet his standard. But I think that, no, never. But I think that was good training for me. But that also made me hard. And then later I came to meet Daddy Bosco. That even made me hardest. You know, if there's a terminology like that. So, but Mr. Van der Poel was hard. So you have to think about him. Because once you give him an excuse, he will ask you a follow-up question.
Okay.
So every day he makes you think on your feet. I think that was the beginning of my growth, my training. And I got things that I never got. Already, I think one of the shifts in my life was the fact that I went to live in Osu Children's Home. And and when I tell people that I've lived in Osu Children's Home, they're like, "Hey."
I remember the first time you told me.
I told you about it, yeah.
We will get there. Okay, so yes, after PMP, what brought you to multimedia?
Oh, multimedia, another accident. I mean, like the way I walked to PMP to get a job. Multimedia, I had done a story at PMP, and it involved two people went to have sex it's very early.
Well,
can I say that? Okay. So they went to do something on top of a car around Sakumono. So, and one of them was the daughter of a very big person. So I have contacts in the police. You know, because PMP, you don't get the PMP stories easily. We call it human interest stories or social stories. It's not easy. It's not like politics, where all the politicians in Ghana, typically in Africa, they want to shout, they want to talk. So every day, even when you don't call, they'll call you, "Oh, if you're Dominic, Charlie, mo show and then I'm from you, number NDC, Charlie, mo from number fire." I mean, those days when we started at Collins Dauda, Kennedy, Japan, they would just walk in, no appointments, and then money show.
Okay.
And so it's not like politics. It's very difficult to get it. So my target was courts, police station. I developed a very strong contact base and links and relationship with the officers. So they called me and gave me this fella. Charlie, we went to arrest these people here. And I said, okay, cool. They gave me all the details. Charlie, so young girl. And at that time, I had only one big story on the front page. And PMP is even a typical newspaper. If you have a story on the front page, you have achieved. You have arrived. Now, the challenge for you is to maintain that front page standard. Because your story has to be so juicy, quality, good, with pictures to qualify on the front page. Because people buy newspapers based on front page story. So my biggest front page story was this side 2 story. I think side 14 in Tema. So this woman had mental issue, and the family didn't really know it, but they took her to the mental hospital. When she came back, she slashed the penises of all her 2 sons.
Hey.
Oh yeah, slashed the penises, and there was blood everywhere. And I got it. One of my godmothers, Auntie Kate Baba, had sent at graphic. So she called me. We went to General Hospital. We took the pictures. Bam, that was my front page story. And I didn't know this until later when my father died, and he was holding I understand he had a copy of that PMP, and he was showing it to everybody. I mean, my name Gladys Atta.
Okay.
Natural story.
Okay.
You know, and he was proud. So because my father too is a perfectionist, so I could never please him. So I was trying so much that I would do something that would make my father proud of me. So I just got to know this story later on when my father died. So I do the story of these 2 people who do this, you know, patrikutum on top of a vehicle, and the police arrest them. I get the filler, I publish the story, and then there's backlash. So they call my boss, and my boss is shivering, he's shaking. Of course, he's a business owner, so he doesn't want to lose his business and his friends and all that. So he's also giving me pressure. Disclose your source. Where did you get a story? And I can't give up my police officers friends who gave me the filler. So Charlie, I go AWO. I run for cover. So I try to make up for it like 2 weeks. Charlie, the man they hunt me. I can't do anything about it. So I just like
And around that time, mobile phones were not.
No. Share me my first mobile phone I get. Hey, go more banch. You see that one? Share. Me to one man I me check it so be best friend me.
Okay.
Share. So there were no mobile phones, and I didn't want to give up the police officers. So I didn't even call them to find out this and that and that. I just go AWO. So it just slid into Major Ejuma. Now I was at home. So one of our colleagues, one of the journalists, because at that time, PMP, we didn't have an office.
Okay.
And I was operating mainly in Tema, Eastern region, and around those areas. So I would take a vehicle, trotro, and go to the courts and St. Chiakoso, Mokofodia, go to all those. Yeah, Charlie. Oh, shit. Guess I bro, Andy. Guess I bro.
Right.
So I'll go to the courts and all that. We didn't have an office. So I used to sit around the Ghana News Agency office in Tema. And one of our colleagues died there. So we went for a funeral. Me, Charlie, my journey pressure. So I have to find something to do. So I offered to take care of the catering. They bring the food and all that. I was serving at the funeral. Bosco happened to be at the funeral.
Okay.
And then he saw how I was organizing the food, everything, pack everything, sorted everybody out. And that was my friend Moses Daute. He's we call him Pamibi.
Okay.
He's in Tema. He's an investigative journalist.
Okay.
So it was his mother's funeral. So we finished the funeral and then he tells Daddy Bosco said, "Abba, who is this girl? Like she's in charge." I said, "Oh, if you didn't even bring the food though, but she likes organizing things, so that's what she's doing." But who is she? Oh, if you works for PMP, but she speaks Tree, translates Tree and all that. You know me, I have JW background, so I can write Tree. I did Tree also in SHS, so that was easy for me. And Bosco said, "Okay, we've just started Adom. We normally get announcements and all that. We don't have anybody who would do translations for me, so come." Oh, I didn't even mind the man. So I went to sit somewhere minding my own business. So like after 2 months, I was there and the man gives me a call and he's giving me pressure. "Oh, Charlie, we have this thing. It's really under pressure, so come." And at that time, Reverend Gabriel Nassau University was there. So one day I walked there and I see that the Bosco and he said, "So do these translations for me." And that's how I found my way there. Yeah.
And your first job?
No, my first job, actually, my first job was in, I always I don't tell it that much. You see my fingers? See, they are not that smooth. There are wrinkles on my fingers.
Right.
My boyfriend, Albano.
Yeah.
Bassa boyfriend. Okay. Bassa boyfriend. My fingers are not that smooth.
They are wrinkled.
So they are wrinkled. My first job was in Pricola. It's an aluminium company. So you're chin chance. That's my first job. Yeah. Guys are brave. Sure. So that's why I can never get my fingers to be smooth. Never. So that's my first job. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, I see.
Yeah, the kerosene. We use kerosene to when they do they manufacture the aluminium utensils, the one we cook with at home.
Right.
I mean, these days you have stainless and all that. But those days, need any stainless. Silver silver shine.
Okay.
That one. Yes. So no, it is silver shine.
Silver shine.
Their kitchen.
Silver draw.
Yeah.
Silver draw.
Yeah. And now and so and sometimes you use sand. You can even use sand and lime or lemon. Lemon juice, and then you do it. So that was the company I was working for. So we use kerosene. So you do it all day. So imagine your fingers all freaking day. My fingers are in kerosene.
You seem to be you seem a very hardworking woman. I remember when I posted your picture a few days ago that you were coming. Someone mentioned Kwasi Edwaso.
Kwasi Edwaso, my favorite place.
Which one is that?
It's in Tema. It's the market in Tema Community 1. And then there's a portion where you get things cheaper. Okay. So the market is big. So you have where they sell the meat, fish, and then you have the general goods. And then you have where the market women who bring goods from the countryside, where they come and pack their trucks and they offload. That is the place where you get cheaper goods. And I don't know how the name came about, but I came to meet it. I was born and I realized it's called Kwasi Edwaso. Okay. And my mother sells foodstuffs.
Okay.
Now she stopped. Since my father passed, she stopped. So, but we grew up with her like that. My mother too is a brefo like myself. So,
okay.
She sold everything like apio, near ton apio pa. Oh yeah. Apeteshi pa. Me, I can show you what the qualities of a proper apeteshi. Ethanol. Oh yeah. I can light it with match. Now sopa. And I trim or rubber hose. We take say no, where a guy. Yeah, where a guy. Shay. And the men who come and buy apeteshi at our house, when they are going, the tricks they use so that their wives will not catch them that they've taken alcohol. So yeah, sometimes you palm kernel, you crack it, you wash it with salty water, you put it down for them. Sometimes you slice onions, you slice pepper, you slice tomato, sprinkle a little salt on it. Those were the customers who were coming to my mother. I was a kid. So I do those menial things and I see them. You know, the papa for people you respect in the community, you know, bukota kota, so mommy half, way mommy taught, you see all that. I know all those tricks. I mean, because my mother used to do that business, and then later she was selling clothes, and later she came to sell foodstuffs. So the foodstuffs we offload them at Kwaseja. So at a point she was sick, so I was going to do that business for her. So you leave at dawn and you go to Kwaseja. So I struggled over plantain with the women, banchi with the women. I know
was this before or after school?
Oh, that's when I started selling at a very young age. I was like 10 or 12. I was selling.
Hey.
Yeah, I was selling. I'll go to school. You know when we're in JSS, you are either morning or afternoon shift. So when I'm for morning shift after school, I go and sell. When I'm in the afternoon shift, I go and sell in the morning before afternoon before school. Yeah, and one of my father's key. You have to pass a test as his daughter or son. You have to pass a test. By 12, you should know how to pound fufu soup. And he will taste like I told you, my father is a perfectionist. So before my father says, a guy, then that means you have exceeded his pass mark. You know.
So you was testing it?
Yeah, you know, my mother is not difficult. So even if she gives you a mark, you won't believe my mother. Okay. You know, every mother has this thing towards their children. But my father... My father, you know what he used to do? That's why I'm hard. My father, you know cables. He used to cane us with cables.
Huh?
Share cables, twisted into 3. So share. The best show when you are crying, says smile, laugh. So you're like, and then on his good day, you bet 2 banchi. You know, Tubanchi, you're one.
You just approach.
No, yeah. Your hand is on the yes, and then your butt is up. Yeah, and you are there. You are shaking, but you are there. Because the moment you try and shake one, shaking kakra with the wire, the cable he has, one.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you won't do that again. Oh, you won't do that again. So me. In our house, and he was harder on the girls. We were 3 girls. He was harder on us because this is a poor man. And I understand my father. At that time, I didn't understand him. When I became an adult, I put myself in his shoes and I understood him. This is a poor man who came from somewhere in Amansie. Doesn't know Jack in Accra. The man didn't have education. Listen, Andy. This is a man who never had education. All his 5 children, everybody has not less than a university degree. He has to make it happen. He had to ensure that. How was he going to do that? So he had to whip you into line. So that then somebody say your child has gone to do this and that. Then he has no time. He's a hustler. He has to make sure he uses his time to hustle. So you hustle hard. So your children for hustle.
So will you punish your children in that same direction?
Oh no.
Why?
I mean it's not.
So you let them go wayward.
No. Share me. No. There are so many things you can do. Yeah, you won't get the meat. You will not eat milk. You know what? TV. I mean, that's why education and exposure is very important, so that you are exposed to other things and better practices, and you can employ that. I still have marks on my skin. That's from those days of caning, you know. So, and my father, when he grew up, realized that he was a little harsh on. I even got it better. My elder brother, our firstborn, I remember I wasn't born then, but my mother says one day my father brought a cutlass, machete, with a bucket of water, and said my brother has done something. He said, say your last prayer.
Kill you here today.
So you are finishing you today. Today they will slash your throat. So say your last prayer. and my father is there, and people will come and beg my father, and he was crying his eyes out. There was flames, coming from his nose. He was weeping his whole word. Everybody comes, oh, what father there? Say, hey, why this? That. And they so my brother, when he became a teenager, moved to live with one of my uncles. And my father is hardcore. And when my sisters became teenagers, they will all run away and leave the house and leave me. So when my father comes, there are signs we use to identify that Opana come back.
Okay.
So when he comes, the doormat, he'll make some, he actually likes to rub his foot on the doormat. So when he's doing that, Opana come. My sisters, when they were teenagers, had classmates. They can hide and say, oh, Yasumami, me, I'm the last one. I'm the last girl. I'm the mansa. I can't run away. Okay. So Charlie, Opanakam, if you are not there, his table should be set. You are dead, So I grew up to think outside the box, to think ahead of everybody, because that's my father. You have to think ahead of him. If he says you go and bring me this mug, and if you come back and you can't find the mug, you can't tell him I can't find the mug. Where Ariana? You can't find the mug. Like, are you kidding? Where's your mind? So think, where are the possible areas the mug can be? His point is, bring me the mug. However you do it, he doesn't care.
He wants results.
He just wants results.
Well,
so when I grew up and I started working, I had a lot of problems with people, because I came with that kind of training, that kind of background, perfectionist, hard, do this, don't come and give me excuses, think outside. I've had to learn that not everybody is like that.
People that work with you
always have problems in me. I know.
In their Doom newsroom, always there's issues.
I know.
Doom lady, hey Charlie, that's my boss. I beg you. They say you are not a walkover.
No, but that's what, Andy, I'm telling you. If you are born to a father like my father, raised in an area like Tema, everybody want to chop you some more. To be able to, as the Don, to be able to scale through that.
The Don said the inside.
The Don said the inside. The Don said be suspect. He said if you get, I go chop. You see, to be able to survive that and to live your head above water is not easy. So you develop walls around yourself. In science, they call something in biology adaptative mechanisms. Mm-hmm. So people who are disabled, whose legs are not working, you see that their arms are so strong. Mm-hmm. If you try to wrestle him, he'll bring you down with his arms. Mm-hmm. Extra strong. The strength from the lack of legs moves to the arms, and it's over-strengthened. That's what happens. You build a wall, you strengthen your mind, you strengthen your thinking, your attitude, everything, because it's a bit of inferiority complex somehow, because you feel that everybody's out there to get you, so let me protect myself, because that's how you are trained. That look, this is a danger zone in Tema. So somebody wants to dupe you. Everybody be smart, though. Mm-hmm. So if either somebody wants to rob you of your money, or somebody wants to do something, somebody wants to do you in, your tongue says somebody wants to rob them. You see, so every level, there's some layer of protection that you put there, because you just have to survive. You just have to survive.
Well, I see. So how did you end up in the children's home?
Oh, when I got admission at Laboni, and I did well in my JHS exam, so I think I got distinction. So when we went to Laboni, my name was number 1 on the list.
Oh wow!
And that was I think I should have shared this moment with my father, but I really didn't understand, because me and me yakola at that time. So we go there. My father was very emotional, and it's just when I became an adult that I played back that video in my head, and I realized how the man was appreciative of me. And I think that I should have just swam in that more than feeling inferior all my life, because I'm in the middle of my siblings, so no attention, no nothing. So I grew up thinking not adequate in myself, not minyobia. I don't get attention, I don't get anything. My parents were busy surviving. So I didn't get anything. I still don't get that much attention. But so we went there. My name is number 1, but I don't get the boarding house. Ooh. So this man is struggling, because up and down every day between Accra and Tema. He cannot pay. So what he did, he tried to persuade the headmaster at the time, but they just couldn't do anything. I just couldn't get boarding house. So, and he's not a rich man that he can do ways and means to get me into boarding house. So, what the man did was to talk to a number of the teachers who lived on campuses, and they all said, "Oh, we all have people to live with us." So, he's walking out of Laboni. If you walk out of Laboni Secondary School, there's an SDA school on your right. Just after the SDA
Frankie
school.
Five Church.
Yeah, that's Frankie Five Church. After that, there's even Hinlon restaurant next to the SDA school. After that is Osu Children's Home.
Yeah.
So my father is walking there and he sees Osu Children's Home. He goes there. So he says, who is in charge of the place? And they show him the woman.
Oh,
and he
smart
says,
man.
okay, yes. And my father is a very smart man. I mean, I think that's where I get my intelligence from. So he walks there and says, oh, madam, my name is so-and-so. I have a daughter who has gotten admission here but doesn't have boarding. I wanted to come and live with you like a maid servant.
Wow.
And the woman said, oh, by me, I don't need a maid. Oh, but she can do this, she can cook, she can clean, she can do this, she can do that, she can do that. So that she can go to school too. And then the woman accepted. So I go to live with this woman. I don't know from Jack. And I have to survive and make it happen.
For how long?
I was there 2 hours.
Did you not feel like an orphan? Did you not feel like
I
you had been
did.
thrown away?
Oh, I did, but I also understood that my father had to do that. My mother was concerned. Cause,
When he came home, in fact, when he was taking you there, what did he tell you? How did he persuade you?
no, he said, oh, my
Well,
father
you
should
would
persuade you. Oh, one time, persuade you. You tell your person when you admission, you won't go, you want him to persuade you. He said, go. The woman said this. It was my mother who, out of motherly instincts, sat me down. So you didn't get the boarding house, and your father has no, or he doesn't have the money. We have to change the school, and that comes with another wahala. There's no guarantee that you even get another school. So you take it like that. Live with the woman. You'll be helping her in the house, cooking and all that. Then she gave me some tips how to live with her and survive, so that I don't destroy that opportunity, because they saw it as an opportunity. Because the woman I was going to live with also didn't know me from Jack.
Okay.
Whether I was going to be a good girl or not, she also didn't know. Whether I was going to be helpful or not, she also didn't know. She was taking a risk as much as my father and I were taking risk. So I had to just go and live with them, like they said. So those days there was no alarm. If even there was alarm, I don't have alarm. So I go big house, two or three bathrooms. This is the supervisor who was in charge of the place. I think Mrs. Sobing. I should even go and thank her one of these days. I don't know where she is now. So 3 bathrooms in the house, a lot of rooms, no alarm. I have to find a way of. So what I was doing, I drink a lot of water at night, so that I'll feel the urge to urinate, and wake up maybe
Just to
around
check
2,
the
3,
time.
and start cleaning the house.
Hey.
'Cause, yeah, you have a lot of window blinds, louver blades, so I have to clean all that. Now I remember one day, and I think the woman was just being natural. I don't blame her. One day, from 3, I start cleaning around 3, because I
Every
drink.
day?
Yeah, every day. I drink a lot of water, so that is my alarm. Urination is my alarm. So I drink a lot of water at night. There's no TV in the house. So the woman, because she knew I was a student, she removed the television from the living room to her bedroom so that I won't watch TV.
Okay.
To help me so that I can also learn. So I wake up at 3 and I start cleaning the louver blades. By 6, maybe dust has settled again. One day this woman comes, inspection, and she rubs her finger on the louver blades, and there's dirt. And she punches my forehead and say, "Wait, what paper?" But it's good experience. I will wash from 5 a.m. and by the time I stand up like this, it's midday or 1 p.m. Yeah, I was a maid servant for the woman. So I wash.
Were there orphans in there too?
The orphans were on the other side,
Okay.
and I was with the.
Oh, you lived
I
with
lived
her in
as
a
a maid,
bungalow.
like a bungalow. So I lived like a maid with a supervisor. Yeah, so I'll clean, and the woman is a vegetarian, so you have to make sure her food is separate. She had a son, so the food is separate. At a point, I was scared because she had a son, and her son is tall, nice guy. Me, I'm in the house, small girl. I don't have energy. If one day, but the guy was very nice. He was very nice. When I'm sick, he's the one who say, "Why are you inside your room?" But for the first time, I had my own room.
Okay.
I had my own room. So he will come and say, "Why are you inside your room?" I say, "I'm sick," and he'll bring me paracetamol. That's all he can help me with. So, because he also wasn't in charge. He was a student living with his mother too. So.
Wow, I see. Folks, in case you just tuned in, you're listening to Hits 103.9 FM. It's Showbiz Review. My special guest is Efia Pukia Vim Lady. Where from the Vim lady?
I think that was 2004 or 5. When we did it, 2004 or 5 or 2006. So that was when Nana Boru's song had come. Kase Vim, Vim, Afe Mumma Vim, Vim, yeah. And the song was popping. Yeah. And we're going to Kwewo. That was the song we're taking to Kwewo. You know, around that time, we had a policy. So we'll do Kwewo with the Ministry of Tourism. And there's an icon musician that is the Kwewo icon, the Kwewo musician. So we take the person
more or less an ambassador.
More or less like an ambassador. So that was the song that was popping at the time. So I adopted the term for me. You know, and that's something that we do in this industry. We do it more in the account platforms. So when like I said, that we a guy. You know, this is a term that came from Kumasi, and we've adopted it in Accra. When you add it to your language, because what we do on air, technically, on local language radio station is infotainment. So we're mixing information and entertainment because naturally, Ghanaians don't like news. They don't like current affairs. It's just recently that because of the political polarization, people like politics. Even that one, they don't like the news, they like the politics. So people are screaming, insulting, slapping each other. You go and look at the views on that one and you see it skyrocketing. If you are doing things simple, straightforward, you will not get all the likes, all the views and all that. So we had to adopt a way that we had to win with local language news. And we had to bring people on board so that they can also get the information, but at the same time, feel entertained. So we had to infuse those things. So I picked these terminologies from Takoradi, from Kumasi. So I like Takoradi. It's one of my favorite areas. So you know Tema is a cosmopolitan area. And that's how Kaukesi and Co. all developed their Olebeng. Because you see, because of the ports, you have a lot of people migrating from the coastal areas, Cape Coast, Elmina, Shama, a bit of people come from Ekuapem to come and work there. They don't know how to swim, but because of the harbor, it's an aggregation of a workforce. You have people who come from Kumasi who are Ashantis, but they are still looking for jobs there. So Tema is a cosmopolitan area. That's why Tema, the tree we speak in Tema, it's a mixed bag of Fanti, Gomoa, everything mixed. So the terminologies come from there. That's how Kaukesi Dams and all those. Elang, you go there, you see different types of terminology. You go to Ashama, different type. Newtown, different type. Comty 1, different type. Comty 2, BBC, everything, different level. Go to the Sakumono, they don't have terms. Because they are Dadabish. You see, so they are not at our level. But we the Jamano, in the Comty 1, Comty 2, you ask Kaukesi, even Sakode, those days when Sakode used to come to Adom when we're doing Kasahari. Oh, sister, you want to get entrance into the studio. And then we had the security man, Kasim. He was always bullying the guys on Saturdays. Always bullying them. So when Sak will see you, say, oh, sister, that's Charlie, my Sak uncle. So, I mean, I have a thing for Sak. And then he still respects me when he sees, oh, Sister Penny. And I love him to death. I mean, because of that humble beginning and his appreciation of where he came from and his journey. So that's how we take some of these terminologies and we put them, infuse them into the news to make it exciting and you know, easy. And that's how I got the name Vim Lady. So I just everything else. So where do you the Vim or the Abono? So the guys, I think Dr. Duncan and a few of them started saying with the Vim Lady or Vim. So I said, why not? Let me just adopt the name, and I adopted it. And I see. Oh, I see.
So I'm talking to Vim Lady. People are so much concerned about Vim Lady. Charlie, someone just let me read this message quickly. It's Kevin Michael Junior Menon says, "Oh, she has a ring on. My heart. Where's my ring?
This is my own ring. The ring will come. This is my own ring."
Why are people so much concerned about you and
I don't even know.